What's going on, MSFers? Duelam here, and today we're going to be talking about some changes for Season 6 of Cosmic Crucible. We're also going to be talking about why I quit just caring about Crucible, and a lot of people have been asking me if I am going to be quitting the game. So we're going to be talking about all of that, but first we're going to be talking about changes for Season 16 of Cosmic Crucible. So if you haven't seen this already, they are replacing stages 3 and 6. Now, 3 was the one where you get energy when you kill an enemy, and the ultimate cost was 3 ability energy more. And Scopely claimed that this room wasn't working correctly. Now, they didn't give us an answer on what part of the room was not working correctly. I don't know if it's, hey, nobody could use their ults turn 1, like nobody started with their ults, because that was a potential issue, but I thought that was just the way the room worked. Because that's how rooms have worked before. When we have more ability energy, no matter what, you're not starting with your ultimate, even if you're at full energy after the first attack. But I don't know. And then season 6, room 6 had a slew of issues. So they essentially were like, yeah, we can't figure out how to implement it. We're changing it. I'm like, okay, cool. So the only 2 interesting rooms of the entire Crucible season are now gone and changed to crap, essentially. So Stage 3, the best offense. On turn, bury yourself for 5% of the character's max health and flip offense down on self. Wow, that's really game-changing. Careful, Scopely. Don't overdo it. Careful. Don't strain yourself too much thinking about this. And then on turn, if this character's barrier is above 50%, gain offense up. Yeah, that's a much better room rule than room 3 was. Much better. Health insurance. Wow, I haven't seen this one 7 times. On turn, characters remove all positive effects from self and heal the 10% of max health for each positive effect removed. So another just rehashed room 6 that's just absolutely terrible. We are actively working with Dacier, the winner of the last Envoy 5C tournament, to come up with room 6 rules for season 17. I'm glad they are doing this because I feel like he got snubbed a little bit, and I don't like to see that because that's a pretty big deal to be able to choose the room rules. So I definitely am glad to see that. So let's talk about Crucible and why I stopped caring. So you see here, I'm in the 1,020 now for Crucible, and I was always pretty much a mainstay in top 150, top 100 most of the time for like 6 seasons, I think. Like season 9, season 10 is when I really started getting good at it. So yeah, I've just stopped caring about Crucible, and it's a change like we just talked about in the blog that is one of the main reasons. The rooms are just absolutely boring as all get out. Like, teamwork, we've seen multiple times with strikers instead of skirmishers getting the assist now. Room 2 is actually kind of interesting. I kind of like it. I wish there was something else with this, like if on spawn your character with the highest health clones the enemy character with the highest health and will act first. So whoever you clone or whoever they clone will take their turn first. Kind of like the raids are right now, where like the bio boss raid node Shadow King will go first. I like that. That would have been cool. That would have been a little bit more game changing. The best offense, we just talked about it, absolutely terrible. Solar Annihilation, I don't think this should be a room rule. I think this should be a global rule, and this should count in every single room. Kind of like when we had the symbiotes count as, or the Sinister 6 members count as symbiotes, and we were able to mix and match symbiotes with like Mysterio and Vulture, and we were finding like nasty counters to Infinity Watch when they were still in efficiency sync. That's exactly what this should have been, and we gave them that feedback, and they just said, oh, okay, anyway, and just moved on. Room number 5 is a nothing burger. It's on successful hit. If the primary target has trauma, perform an ISO attack. It's like, okay, cool. You put a cursed in here, maybe. That's it. Like, boring room. Nothing inventive really here. Maybe you put Mephisto in here. Cool. Nothing inventive. And now room 6, just absolutely a terrible room. So there's no interesting rooms in any of the rooms other than room 2, which I think needs something else. So all the rooms suck, and that's the main essence of Crucible. The rooms have to be fun for us to be able to theory craft, but none of these really are inventive or new or something we haven't seen before. So it's just not fun. Then rewards, right? We've talked about rewards in Crucible for a very long time. Every week we get 25,000 intel. It's not even enough to get gear tier 20. It's enough for 10 character shards? Amazing. We get master diamond orb fragments, which I don't know about you, but I don't need that many diamonds now. I can kind of get whoever I want, whenever I want. I just took Shield Trooper up to 3 diamond for fun. I have 1,331 silver diamond credits. So the diamonds, kind of non-existent, doesn't really matter. Training materials, I don't see what's happening with, 4.6 million worth of gold in training materials a week. I don't see that really doing much. That's not really changing anything. That's not game changing in any way. And then the intel per KO, sure, cool, whatever. And then the leaderboard rewards are also terrible. 37,000 intel for a 6 weeks leaderboard? Huh? 650k gold, don't spend it all in one place, and 6,000 dark diamond credits, and this is the only place we can get dark diamond credits from, right? So I feel like this should be super impactful. But it's not, because they wait a year to put Captain Britain in the Crucible store, or in the Diamond store, so we can't even get him. They took 11 months to put Old Man Logan in there. Finally got him. I took him up to 3 diamond immediately, and I still have 26,000 dark diamond credits. So the currency is dead because you're not putting the characters in there quickly enough. And I know RJ just said, hey, Captain Britain will be in there soon. Cool. Then is Shadow King going to be in there soon? Is Mephisto going to be in there soon? Who's next? When are we getting the next one in there? Because it's going to be another 6 months until we get another character that's worth a damn in there. So who cares? What's the point? Next up, Overpowered has taken a little bit of a toll on me. It's not as bad as you would think, honestly. It's a little annoying. So we had a matchup last week where like a double exhausted Orcus was just shredding me because of Overpowered. And that just didn't feel great. I don't really care about Overpowered all that much. It's not the worst. It's still not great, right? I think it's just a mindless, stupid change to the game that just shouldn't have happened because it's just uninventive and boring instead of just coming up with a new progression system that was actually fun and allowed customizability. But people need value for what they're spending on the game, which I get. I completely understand. So Overpowered, kind of a thing. Not too bad, not as bad as a lot of people were saying and a lot of people think. Next up is something that I don't know who can relate to this. Maybe if you've been competitive and you're really trying in Crucible, you can relate to this, but Crucible is stressful, man. This is something that like I didn't really expect because I loved Crucible, so it didn't really bother me all that much. But like to get to this point, like this high up without spending, this is not easy. This is not for the faint of heart at all, and it's very stressful. Like this became one of the only things I was thinking about every single day. Like I was thinking about making small tweaks to my defense, changing things up, what counters what, this could work here, watching content to see what worked where, who did what. And it became like a full-time job. And I realized like I was literally having dreams about Crucible, and I was waking up and going, why did I just do my attacks and didn't record it? And then I woke up and I'm like, oh, haha. Like it just became like overwhelmingly annoying. And I was sitting there and I was like, wow, I'm literally having a conversation with my wife and I'm thinking about Crucible counters while we're having a conversation about her day and my day. And it was just like, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that at all. It's not something that I wanted. And it's not something that's needed to be that high, right? But I'm a very competitive person, and I really enjoyed being competitive in Crucible because I felt like it was super fun trying to go against accounts that are, double or triple my size and have some fun and figure out things. But it became way too much. And I honestly reached my goal, and that's one of the last points here. Is I got to a point where I did get to rank 44. That's the highest I've ever been. It was Grandmasters. And I never thought I was going to get to Grandmasters ever. I never even set that goal for myself because I knew better. than that, I guess. And I ended up putting the goal of getting to Masters. And that happened, I think, 5 or 6 seasons ago. And I remember I was so happy. I literally screamed when I got the win and realized I got to Masters, because I was like, wow, this is the first time I'm getting to Masters. This is really a big deal. Got to Grandmasters, and I felt just as good. And I was like, wow, this is an accomplishment. This is something that not a lot of people can say that they do, especially now, because Grandmasters is what, like, I think like top 80, right? And I think I got to like 44. So like being able to be top 44 in the world at something is pretty impressive, especially when a lot of it relies on what you purchase on your account and stuff. So I was really happy with that. And at that point I realized, I was like, cool, I don't have any more goals to achieve. I know I'm never going to get to top 25, top 10. That's not realistic. So I don't really have any more realistic goals in Crucible. And if I'm not having fun in Crucible because the room rules are inventive, the room rules are cool, whatever it is, then what's the point, right? So given that I'm now rank 1,020, I'm the bottom of dying, or the bottom of Masters. Yeah, I'm around the bottom of Masters 1 here. I have had a lot of people asking me if I'm going to quit, because Crucible is obviously the reason why I started making content, and the reason why I started getting what little following I do have. People really liked the Counter Everything videos. People really enjoyed Crucible content, finding new ways to beat people, beat defenses and stuff like that. So I've had a lot of people saying, hey, are you going to quit? And as of right now, no, I do not have plans on quitting at all. I do still enjoy making my own fun in the game in the form of Shield Trooper and Hero Global, and Madeline Pryor and Villain Global, and Big Time Spider-Man in Hero City and stuff. And I have had a good time doing that. I definitely feel like when that is done, because I am coming to a close on that series, unfortunately, we only got 2 more sections left. I do feel like that is, I'm going to need to find something to continue making me want to have fun in this game, because that's been the only real fun I've had in this game for the past few months, honestly. And I feel like a lot of people feel like that. We're having a conversation in the Envoy chat relatively similar to that right now, that this game is pretty boring, especially at endgame. There's not much to do. Satellite is an auto fest, and then you're done with Satellite, and then guess what? What's the point in pushing the leaderboard, right? Like, why would I push the leaderboard and stress myself out for 5 gear tier 20 orbs and 3 diamonds on 2 reworks that aren't that great, honestly, and I could just get in the promotion store because I have the credits? So it's like, there's really nothing to do. Like, I finished Danger Room in 1 run this time, the X-Men Danger Room that just came back. I literally did 1 run with Old Man Logan and Nightcrawler and finished it. Didn't use any mods. I literally have the preset mods here. I literally just put the free one on because I was like, oh, maybe this will give like stats to Nightcrawler, and then I finished it in 1 run. There's just nothing to do for late game players. There's no fun in the game right now, unfortunately, and Crucible is the main point of fun. So I've resorted to making my own fun with taking characters into Professor X Saga that you should absolutely never take, and figuring out how to make it work. And it seems like you guys are liking it as well. So that is my response. I am not planning on quitting right now, but I am definitely earning for something else to do in the game, and there needs to be more in the game right now, because there is not much at all. And then Negative Zone was just a good idea and concept, and then they just shoved it down our throats, and that was just unfortunate. The Quasar Red Star Scourge was boring as all get out, super easy to complete. You could complete all the milestones on difficulty 9. Like, what's the point of that? I don't know. This game is in a very weird place right now, and unfortunately Crucible has just become a chore, honestly. I it's unfortunate because I really used to love Crucible, but now I look forward to spending time on the weekends with my wife, and unfortunately I have to stream Crucible, and whenever I stream, my goal is get in, get out as quickly as possible. But I really enjoy streaming for you guys. I love interacting with you guys when I am streaming, and you guys are the only reason I still do it, honestly, because if not, I could record it offline, do it for 20 minutes, call it a day, throw the video up on YouTube, and move on with my life. But I do enjoy streaming for you guys. And yeah, so I am not quitting. That's the essence of that right there. I know that was super long-winded, but I am not quitting for right now. I am just not really enjoying the game, and it seems like I'm not the only one. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.